For today's experiment, which is we have to find an algae specimen for our microscope, you have to take precautions. I have worn gloves and I also have one mask. I have one mask and all. So yeah, as a biologist, obviously you can say that some place is stinky. So, but you have to take precautions. But always be careful because no precaution is enough. Like if you know when radioactive elements are found, people were using it to make glow-in-dark clocks or tattoos. And during that time, they didn't know that these stuff are really problematic. They did take precautions, gloves and all wearing, but still they didn't know that radioactive elements actually seeps through your skin and gloves and everything. So you can never know. So always try to be careful. But yeah, you have to take risk because for the love of science. But yeah, what I'm saying is, we need a scalpel, we need a needle to scrape off algae. By the way, I forgot, and we need a microscope, we need the pigments, and we need dropper to add water. We need slides and cover slip, and all that. So how to obtain the specimen? You have to search around your home, or you can go to outside drainage places. But I won't recommend that because that has way too much bacteria. You would end up in a hospital, and obviously you can't do science if you are not in good health. So be careful about your health. So I would recommend that. But in your house also, any damp places which is constantly wet, like your toilets, your bathroom sink or drainage system, walls, kitchen, all those places you can find those. And today we're gonna go to our toilet. In the drainage pipe, there might be algae. So we can collect that. So let's see what we can do. And by the way, I just found out that these are bioconducting latex rubber or bioconducting rubbers. So you can actually use that in take a metal rod, fix this stuff in the tip of it, and you can actually use and maybe put a rod like in your if you're using normal pen, use a wire to conduct to your other tip to reach to other tip. So what happens is you can use it as a stylus for your phone. By the way, I just found out these are good material for that. So yeah, so you can use it as a stylus for your phone, like DIY stylus. So let's get to work and get sleeping. Also, I forgot you need watch glass. So I came to the brain nearby, so I'm taking some samples because so by the way, by the other side of the blade, you can take the algae, right? These are algal blooms, so I'm taking these. So this is the non-sharp side, so I'm taking it as a spoon, like using it as a spoon. Let's take it. So here are also some algae. So we're gonna take some. These might be of different species. So I'm gonna pluck them out, and here we go. And this is our sample. Thank you. Scrape this off and attach it here. Now scrape this off here and take it out here, and here we go. Proper to put some water in this. Yes. Now this is enough, I guess. Yes. Now what I would do, I would take the needle. I have a needle with me. So needle, and I would like to I would mix it up. Then what I would do is, so this is algae and this is maybe bryophyte or algal bloom, I'm not sure. So we would check that out later. First we would see it at microscope. So this is our methylene blue, okay? So why I'm adding methylene blue? Because our algae is gram-negative. So to gram-negative organisms, we would use these stains so that it attracts to it and goes into the stuff. Yeah, let's go for it. Methylene blue. And to stain it more. So I've actually diluted methylene blue because it was kind of over. So it is now we have a pool of algae and algal bloom. We would all mix that in methylene blue. Okay. But I would like to keep the algal bloom separate, I guess. So I would like to mix the algae first. So here we are. So now what you're going to do is, we are going to take a slide. So now I'm going to load this algae into the slide, okay? Now I'll keep the slide below. Now this is my watch glass, so now I'm going to transfer it here. So I have to save some, so I can't save some, so I'm taking most of this in this algae. But this is the dirt side, I guess. Now I've loaded the sample with green blue in this, so now I would use the cover slip. Can you see this? Yes, so let's put this on. So when I'm seeing this in microscope, it doesn't move. I would press it a little, so that it sets on it. Yes, now I would put it in microscope. So this is how our algae looks under the lens. Can you see the roots and all that? So this is how it looks on another lens. I'm actually using two lenses right now, so this is how the microscope algae looks under the microscope, okay? Now we are going to take this algal bloom which fell down for certain reasons. So now I'm going to just place it here. As you can see, this is the opposite side. Now I'm going to face it up maybe. And here we go. So can you see this? Yes, good boy. Now you can see this. So now I'm going to place the cover slip on this. I'm going to take one specimen. So now I'm going to squish this in. It sticks to the plate. Maybe I should wash it a little or something. Right. So now I failed in methyl blue. Now I'm going to do methyl orange. Okay. Let's see if methyl orange changes something. And I have added 2 drops of methyl. Now I'm going to place the cover slip here. So I'm going to smush it, right? So I have to smush it also. First thing, the stain spreads everywhere. And also the plant looks good. So now I have made the slide, prepared the slide. Now I will place it on the microscope. So first we are going to observe under the lens. Okay. So can you see this? Wait a second.